what percentage would, let's say all the debt out there, would it be, say, 50% debt towards homeowners and 50% towards business, governments, and all other, or would it be 80% to business other and 20% to property? Would it be 100% to property and no debt, no business has debt? What would be your thoughts of the percentage difference? Do you think?
I think the mortgages, like property debts, is probably just in comparison to business debts, right? It's probably just, I would envisage around probably 35%.
That's what I guessed out of the top of my head, right? And that's what I'm working on, right? 30% debt is based on mortgages and 70% as business. I just pulled that number out of my head. But let's assume it's 50-50, whatever it is, right? So everybody's mortgages, you've just been talking to everyone this evening about the interest rates at 5%, 4%, 3%, 2%, right? Now, let's go back to those businesses, right? How do they buy their debt? Do they pay 5% for their debt? Or do they do a B.Invested with a bank bill swap rate?
I think it's a swap rate, isn't it?
They work on a swap rate.
Yeah.
So go and do some research on a swap rate and what a swap rate really is. What a bank bill swap rate is basically if the RBA is charging 10 basis points, the bank will add a 1% premium to that. So it's 1.1%, right? If the RBA is charging 1% and the bank charges a 1% premium, then that is now 2% interest rate, right? If a business's debt is costing them 10% of their revenue or their profit, imagine if that doubles next year, right? The cost of a business debt and commercial debt, because it's worked on a bank bill swap rate, will double, quadruple overnight. So last night, or the night before, businesses were going to bed and they were paying 1% premium and a 10 basis points, so they're paying 1.1. Now they're paying 1.35%, right? So their rate has gone up 30% overnight, their cost of debt. So if the market's going to shit itself, it ain't going to be everyone watching this, it's going to be in trouble. They might get into trouble, and the most reason why they will get into trouble is because they probably won't have a job, because their business that they're working for, which has debt, is going to go and implode. So then they're going to have to now bail out the businesses, right? There's going to be a whole pile of new stimulus packages. There's going to be a whole pile of reducing of cash rates around the world. So this bond market is dead. We cannot get off zero interest rate policy. My prediction of it is that we could see, I always thought, 2 25 basis point increases, my personal thoughts, and hold me to it as much as you want. I ain't going to stick because I'm just talking shit right now, right? Who knows what's going to happen in interest rates? I don't have control of that. You guys don't have control of it. We're not the controllers of this money and currency creation out there. It is our keepers that are doing that. So when we look at, the central banks around the world controlling the cost of the rates, if they go up 0.5%, my calculation tells me that that's the point where everyone starts getting the shit. If it goes up to 1%, we're going to see a bigger recession and we're going to see a bigger problem out there. If it goes up to 2%, and just remembering, interest rates were 1.5% for 6 years, right? 6 years,
Since
less than that.
No,
Since about 2016 or so, 2017, interest rates have been 1.5% or less. And they've dropped for the last 2 years, 3 years, 3 years it's been now. The interest rates have dropped to less than 1.5 because they fell down in 4th of June. So if the interest rates went up to higher than what they were 6 years ago, and if we pulled out a chart that showed what yields look like, they never go back to the old all-time highs. But if it does go up, however high it goes up, it's going to have to come down far greater because there's going to be such blood on the street, and they're going to have to turn the course of action around very, very quickly.